Hi everyone, you're welcome to today's video. My name is Chidima, and in today's video we're going to be learning how to read the measurement tape. It is very important for you as a beginner to really know how to read the measurement tape, because if you do not know how to read the measurement tape, you will not be able to take your measurements accurately. You will not know where the markers are. For example, if you hear something like 1.25, 1.5, 1.1 or 1.5, how do you know where that mark is on the tape? So in this video I'm going to be taking you through to explain bit by bit on how you understand the markers on the tape, and it's quite math inclined, so I would also want to say that you should follow it step by step, and if you follow it step by step, trust me, you're not going to get confused about reading the measurements. Before we go right into the video, please do well to subscribe. Do well to also give this video a thumbs up, and I really appreciate that. So let's go right into the video and start our divisions and calculations on how to read the tape. Okay, this is the measuring tape for sewing, and it is in inches. Now to this tape, it has two sides. This side that has this kind of markers is in inches, but the other side is in centimeters. Well, for subsequent classes that I'm going to, tutorials I'll be sharing, this is the part of the measuring tape I'm going to be using, which is measured in inches, and it is long up to 60 inches. Now in the market also there are measurement tapes that are also in inches that is more than 60 inches. It is up to 100 and 120 thereabouts in inches, and that is usually for ease. If you're buying that, it's for ease, probably when you're making dresses that has trains and it's quite long. So for ease, some would want to opt for that, but this can also be manipulated to still get what you want, whatever the length may be. So now I'm going to go straight to explaining to you how to read the tape. I'm going to remove this metal here at the edge so that you'll be able to see clearly the markers from the beginning. You have to do that gently so that the tape doesn't cut. Gently like so, and then it's out. Okay, so this here we have 8 markers, 8 points, or 8 points before an inch, 8 points in between to make an inch. So we have it, this marker here like so is 0 inch. It is 0. Now this is 0. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll take that again. In between every inch you have 8 markers that makes up an inch. So this is 1 here, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, and this is 8 that makes up an inch. So I have gone ahead to draft out the same markers we have here on the tape in 2 batches here. I've gone ahead to put the same markers here. Now remember I said these are 8 markers to 1 inch. So for this marker here, we are going to refer it as 1/8. This is 1/8. Now for this here, we're going to 2/8. For this here, 3/8. For here, 4/8. For this, 5/8. And for this, 6/8. For this, 7/8. And for this, 8/8. This would mostly be seen in books that has to do with pattern draftings, most of the measurements that are usually written there, it's usually in maybe 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. So you know where those markers actually apply. Now, in between here and here, this is 1 inch, just as I have here on the tape. That I'm placing it side by side, so you see how it is also reflecting this. Now these markers here, these are markers you are going to take note of, especially on the tape. This is it here, this mark here, this mark here, this mark here, this mark here, and this mark here, all the way down. Now this mark here is 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of this inch here. This one here is 1/4 of an inch. This is 1/4 of an inch. This is half an inch. This marker here, which is what we have here, is half an inch. Now here also, this mark here, which you have here on the tape, is 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to write that down. 1/4 of an inch. This is half inch. This is 3/4 of an inch, and then this right here is 1 inch. Moving forward, this right here is 1/1/4 of an inch. This is 1/1/4. 1/1/4. Remember the marker here. Then here we have 1/2 inch, just as we have the half here. So here we have 3/4. Remember the 3/4 here. We have 1/3/4 of an inch. Then we have 2 inch here, and so that's how it's going to go all the way here. 3/4 of an inch. We have 3.5/4. We have 3.5. We have 3/3/4, and then you have 4 inch. And so you're going to go all the way 4/1/4, 4.5, 4/3/4, 5 inch, 5/1/4, 5.5, 5/3/4, 6 inch, and that is how you're going to go all the way down to 60 inches in reading the tape. Now, so far we have taken note of these markers here. That is this 1/4, half inch, 3/4, 1 inch, 1/1/4, 1.5, 1/3/4, and then 2 inch. Now we still have other markers in between, which also are going to be very useful to you as you take your measurements. Now, how do we get to identify these markers here? Which is also the same way that we are able to identify this. But now we are going to go ahead to make divisions to divide this to help us. We are going to go ahead to divide these measurements that was written here, this 1/8, 2/8, 3/8 to 8/8, to be able to get measurements in decimals. So we are going to be making divisions of all these markers, all these numbers as been written here, to help us get these markers here. In fact, the whole markers, but specifically these markers, for us to know what they stand for in decimals. So I'm going to divide everything that is here, all these numbers. Now 1 divided by 8, 2 divided by 8, 3 divided by 8, 4 divided by 8, 5 divided by 8, 6 divided by 8, 7 divided by 8, and 8 divided by 8. What will these divisions give to us? So we are going to go ahead to make that division. So 1 divided by 8, we have 0.125. 2 divided by 8, we have 0.25. 3 divided by 8, we have 0.375. 4 divided by 8, we have 0.5. 5 divided by 8, we have 0.625. 6 divided by 8, we have 0.75. 7 divided by 8, we have 0.875. 8 divided by 8, we have 1 inch. I know really that this appears to be very mathematical, but trust me, if you follow it step by step, you're not going to miss anyone at all. So I'm going to try to recap all this so that we don't miss out. Now these are 8 pointers. That's why I wrote 1, 8, 2, 8, 3, 8, 4, 8, 5, 8 to 8 over 8. In getting this, take it so that you'll be able to take note of all these pointers on the measurement tape, just as you have here. This 1, 8, you divide 1 over 8, you get 0.125. You divide 2 over 8, you get 0.25. You divide 3 over 8, you get 0.375. You divide 4 over 8, you get 0.5, which is half an inch. Divide 5 over 8, you get 0.625. Divide 6 over 8, you get 0.75, which is 3/4. You divide 7 over 8, you get 0.875, and then 8 over 8, you arrive at 1 inch, just as you have here on the tip. Why it is necessary for you to take note of this is there are certain divisions you're going to make. Let's say you're going to make certain divisions and you'll be getting measurements like 4.125. You can get measurements like 4.75, or when you do the calculation on your tip, you can get results like 4.625, or you get 4.68, things like that. So for you not to, it's important you know this division, so that when you get these results, you'll be able to know where to place your measurements on the tip. For example, if you get a result like 4.125, it's things like 4.125, you will not be confused to know where am I going to place 4.125 or not. This marker here, this marker right here, this is 4, and then this one here, remembering if you take note of the division of 1 over 8, the first decimal there is 0.125, which is right here. Now if you also do a division and you get something like 4.75, that right here is 4.75. when you follow the division of 1 over 8, 2 over 8, 3 over 8, 4 over 8, or 5 over 8 down to 8 over 8, you know that it is going to be here 4.75. If you get something like 4.78, you can take note, you can make here the marker 4.8, 4.75, you know it is here. So 4.125, you know it is here. That is why it is necessary for you to also know these divisions. Now I know this is very maths inclined and division inclined. If you follow it step by step, you'll be able to really understand what these measurements and how to go about reading and understanding your tape. So I'm going to give a quick illustration on how to probably apply this on dividing on the tape. Now let's say we are to divide 6 1/4 or 6.25, which is this marker here. We are to divide it into 2. Divide it into 2. Now here, what the result is 3.125. This marker here now is 3.125. Now if we were to go further this way, 6.5 into 2, that's the 0 meeting 6.6.5. If we were to divide it into 2, the result you're going to be having is 3 1/4, or you say 3.25. Now if we were to go further to say taking this to here, which is 6 3/4, you are going to be having 3.375, which is this marker here, 3.375. Now if we were to go this way, 7 inch, that is the 0 meeting the 7 inch, you're going to have 3.5 inch. So I hope you're able to really take note of this point. So do well to please subscribe, and if you have any questions or suggestions or anything that seems to be unclear, just drop it in the comments section, and I will do well to attend to your questions or your suggestions. Thank you.